Any recommendation yet?
So you can, I was thinking you would just say all those for alternative A, all B, C, and D, is that how, I don't,
Make a motion to say.
I'm just looking for somebody to make a proposal.
all right, I make a motion that don't, on alternative A, it sounds like they're keeping it the same, it's working, so, I like A.
I second
Okay, we have a motion and a second, further discussion. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
All, that was a pretty weak aye. Is there some that are opposed to that recommendation? Okay. So we don't have consensus on this, Lisa?
I'm not necessarily opposed to it, I just think there's a better alternative.
Can we have further discussion?
Yep, you bet.
So just in terms of clarity here, what you're doing is right now is closest to alternative B. So having alternative B in writing, does that make it easier in terms of the process of moving forward with the prescribed burn? Does it make it easier and give more clarity to other stakeholders when they know it's in the plan, it's in writing? Or does that limit your flexibility?
It makes it more defensible. So if you're gonna do everything by a site-specific EA, you go through, you do impacts, you do mitigation, and you develop a condition of approval. In doing that, everything has to, but when you put it in the plan, this is tied to an EIS, I have a lot of confidence that when I make that decision, and as long as I'm consistent with this, I go to court, I'm gonna be in pretty good shape. I can move forward with my treatment, just like I said. So it does provide more surety moving forward. We've told everybody, we've done the EIS, we made a decision, it's gone through a process. It makes it very good for us, the agency. Otherwise, I have to fight everyone through. I'm still gonna do an EA, but I'm gonna have something to reference to. That's the point of this high-level document. It's like some of the other decisions. If you tell me I have guidance here, I can connect to that and say, oh, this is consistent with that plan that we talked about, so I'm very comfortable making that decision. If it's not consistent, that's the two things you have to, is it consistent with your RMP? That's one of the questions you have to ask before you sign on that line. If it's not, you can't sign that decision. This just makes it real clear what being consistent would be.
Gordon, do you want to make a proposal? Or a
Well,
motion?
I think I would favor alternative D just for the certainty it offers. But if we want to do it in terms of voting on A, B, C, D, then I could wait and cast my vote for D. Or I can make a motion for D.
Make the motion. I think,
Are we looking for a complete consensus, or are we looking for a majority?
I think we're looking for consensus. That's my understanding.
We're seeking consensus, or if we don't have that, if we have a majority, we could carry the recommendation forward, and we would note that that was not a full consensus recommendation.
Scoot first and then Jerome.
So I have two comments. One was I think that we definitely need to come up with either, whether it's a majority, we say we want A, B, C, or D, because if we don't, it's going to suggest that we're indifferent on the issue, and one that we definitely don't want might be selected. But the second one was just a point of discussion on this specific one. It continues on to the next page, and we start talking about change. I agree with alternative D. We should be allowed to change areas that have been previously changed. But I would also like to include alternative C with that, not as a more restrictive suggestion, but saying, look, we can change where it's been previously changed and other areas where it's needed. It goes with the management time of the monument. So allow a little bit more flexibility beyond just changing what's been previously changed.
I'll second that. That was a motion.
Yeah.
Will you state your motion?
So I guess my motion would be, if we're moving to accept one as a group, I would move that we do alternative B, including language from C that allows more change beyond what's been previously changed, as long as it is consistent with the monument, with the words right there, among the values.
And Miles, you said you second that. Now discussion, Jared, do you want to just do something different or?
Yeah, I'm going to come back and make a motion to you, Chairman, that we don't seek for consensus, that as a group, we share our opinions, we have that discussion, that the land agencies take what they hear, and if they catalog who votes for what, then they can take that, interpret that. Okay, if 3/4 of them say D is good, then that's great data. Then they can say, okay, we have 3/4. What are, the three of us on the committee that didn't think so, that's a dissension. They can discuss it. They got to move forward, and we've got to move on. But to sit there and go back and forth to get consensus, we're going to get through 5 of these.
Okay. So we don't want to make any motions then?
I think no, I don't think you make a motion. I think you go around, you discuss it, and someone makes a motion to share your opinion on what one you like. And we all do it. We take a vote, A's, B's, C's, D's. Someone from the agency catalogs that, and then they tally that, and they can move forward with however they want.
So when we try to select a piece out of one of the alternatives, put it to another, would we do that via motion, or would that just be a suggestion that they put as a side note to?
Well, I think we need a motion on that.
Yeah.
I would offer, as a matter of procedure, it is more helpful to the agency to have a motion, a proposal to carry forward. I know that you're advocating potentially doing just a straight up voting. This group was brought together. You were selected because of your areas of expertise and experience, what you bring to the table, and to seek consensus to provide recommendations as a council. That is the power of this group. You provide recommendations as a council. There is another option. That is another way of going.
I'm just disagreeing with what
Okay,
we've done.
that's fine. That's fine.
It's my opinion, and I'm just throwing it out there.
Okay.
What if, as a matter of just process, we still make these motions, we vote, we may have consensus on some, we may have just a majority on others, and they're taking, the agency's taking notes, and you may weight more heavily the votes that have a consensus than the votes that simply have a majority. I would also note that, you can incorporate the views of things that we discuss, but don't actually come up with a motion on, right? We're having a lot of discussion here that you're not restricted to only utilizing the information that you put to a motion. You can use the information that just comes up in the course of discussion.
And I would offer a lot of that reflects public comments that we've received and are getting discussions on already. Is that consistent, Lance? Do you agree with that?
Lee?
I don't know whether to call the question
We do have a motion on
or
the
scream
floor.
point of order. We have 2 open motions on the table, which is usually a violation of Robert's Rules of Order, but we have not previously agreed to the use of that. And we have point of order, and then we have to bring one motion to a closure before we can discuss the second motion. So I think the motions that we're talking about are important to the way we do business.
Right.
But in the interest of record keeping and following along and making sure that when we do raise our hand to vote on something, we know what we're voting on, Mr. Chairman, I think you need to straighten us out.
So